Hi everyone, this video is a short demonstration of the process of using a Cricut machine. It is intended for beginners, for anyone just starting out with a Cricut machine. So, how do you use a Cricut machine? First, you of course need to know what kind of project you're making. You're going to need a digital file that Cricut understands and executes properly. I'll be showing you how to make and prepare these files for use in a different video. Next step is choosing the materials. For this project I've decided to keep it very simple. I'll just be using colored paper sheets in A4 format. Then you'll need a Cricut cutting mat. They come in different colors intended for use for different materials. I'm using relatively thin paper, so the light grip mat will do just fine. Cricut mats are sticky. You basically temporarily glue the paper to the mat so it doesn't move around while cutting. I'm lining up the paper to the top left corner of the mat for easier positioning of the design later on. I usually add some additional tape along the edges of the paper just to make sure it stays in its place. There are several different Cricut cutting machines on the market. I am using the Cricut Maker because it offers quite a lot of versatility with the tools that I'm able to use with it. Here I'll be using a pen to draw first and then a blade tool to cut the paper. Cricut offers several different colors and thickness of pens. This time I chose the simple, thin, black pen. Just take the cap off and put it into the left clamp A on the Maker. You have to hear it click to really know that it's in there properly. For the right, the clamp B, there are many different blades available. For the paper that I chose, I'm using the fine point blade. For using the Cricut machine, I have to log into Cricut Design Space app. I often use it on my phone since it's really simple to carry with me around the workspace. It will give you several prompts throughout the process. First, I am selecting the mat size and the position of the prepared file on the mat. It comes in really handy that we put the paper in the top left corner, so now I don't have to worry about moving the project around in the app. The app then prompts me to choose the right material for the project so that it knows how deep it needs to cut. I suggest you always do some tests with the cutting settings before doing the final design, since it can be quite difficult to find the right setting when using a new material for the first time. Then it's time to position the mat into the machine using the white slots left and right as a guide. First it starts drawing with the pen. Here I just made some cute little eyes and mouth for the cats to give them a little more character. Of course, you could do all that by hand quite simply, but that's not really the point of the Cricut machine then, is it? And now, since we are saving all that time by using the machine to do the work for us, I recommend some downtime with a fluffy pet or a nice cup of coffee. This part is quite mandatory for the process. After it's done with the drawing part, the Cricut machine continues with the cutting. I suggest being in the same room while it cuts, just to make sure you can intervene if anything goes sideways. Usually things go quite smoothly, especially when I know I've made the same project before. But when trying out something new, the paper or other materials can get caught in the blade or move around on the mat, and it can stop the machine from cutting properly. So just keep in mind to check it once in a while. Even if nothing goes wrong, hopefully, it's still always quite mesmerizing to watch the project come to life and see all the digital little lines transformed into reality. When it's done cutting, the machine will again prompt you with a flashing button to unload the mat. And it's complete. To remove the paper from the sticky mat, I am using the Cricut scrapers. They come in different sizes depending on the project that you use it for. I first removed the painter's tape, which did its job perfectly. Anytime I wanted to skip this step, to not use the tape around the edges, I regretted it because the paper moved around too much after a while. Just have it on hand and use it if you can. The easiest way to remove the paper is to just turn it around and bend the mat. That way the paper doesn't get twisted and curved and the pieces stay flat. The The mat is meant to be used that way, so don't worry about bending it. The paper comes off really easily, and then I can just use the scraper to get the cutout pieces off the mat without any issues. This specific project is very simple and doesn't have any tiny bits and pieces, so this part is really quick and easy. And now here we have the completed paper bookmarks, very quick and easy, especially if you need more than one identical piece. The machine really helps to automate the process and enables you to do even cutouts that would be very difficult to achieve by hand. After you're done using the mat, just cover it back up with the plastic cover so that it doesn't gather dust and lose its stickiness. And that's it! You could make those bookmarks in different colors and materials, customize them by hand afterwards. The options are endless with a bit of creativity. So, till next time, be creative!